one of the things you realize is that nobody really knows what is happening. Nobody has all the answers. And people have this fantasy about these extremely powerful people or a group of powerful people. They control the whole world.
Yeah, the conspiracy theories.
Yeah, and one of the things you realize when you meet these people, but also you realize from history, I mean, nobody has that kind of power. I mean, the real world is so messy, is so complicated. You look at a real conspiracy, I don't know, like the American invasion of Iraq, or the Russian invasion of Ukraine. You have such powerful countries with your big military and intelligence services and everything, and they come in with a big plan, and all goes wrong. There are so many things they didn't expect. The results often are the exact opposite of what they planned. The idea that anybody or any small group of people have so much power and understanding that they can plan 10 moves ahead on the global chess player, they can release a virus and create a pandemic for some kind of economic gain or political. Nobody is able to do that. And the historical example that you should come back to are things like the Iraq War. You have the most powerful country in the world that getting it completely wrong, and the end result is the opposite of what they planned, what they expected.
But what is it with these people who think about these conspiracies? What's the reason you think they feel like this? Are they
Partly, I think it's kind of, in a very strange way, it's a feel-good narrative. For two reasons. First of all, you feel you understand the world. One of the most difficult things about being a human being is that we don't understand the world.
No.
And when you believe, I mean, the most typical type of conspiracy theories, they are a kind of one-size-fits-all. There is one conspiracy in the world, it explains everything.
The Great Reset.
And whatever it is. And the comforting things about it is, first of all, that I understand everything. I understand everything about the world. And this is a nice feeling, especially if I'm the only one who understands, or a small, being in the know. Like all these people, they are fooled by the conspiracy. I'm not. I know the truth. So this is a very comforting feeling. Another thing, which is quite strange, but I think that psychologically there is something about it, then it means that potentially it's easy to solve the problem.
How?
Because there is just this small group of people who are causing all the problem. So if we can somehow defeat them, if we can somehow get rid of them, that's it, problem solved. I mean, if you think about the economic difficulties of the world, or you think about climate change, if you imagine that the source of the problem is just one small group of people, again, there is something very comforting about that, because it means that the problem is actually not so complicated. We just need to do something about these people.
So they like to simplify everything.
Yeah.
So then they can understand the world. That's what they do. In a way.
In a way, yes. Yeah. And sometimes, I mean, there are also very valid fears which are expressed in many of these conspiracies. I mean, many of these conspiracies are about I have a lack of control and feeling that I'm being monitored, that I'm being surveyed. And this is an extremely valid fear, because we are reaching a point for the first time in human history when it is becoming technically possible to follow everybody all the time, and to actually understand people better than they understand themselves. This was never possible before in history, not even in the most totalitarian regimes. The Soviet Union, the KGB couldn't follow everybody all the time.
But now they take your smartphone.
Now it's yes. Again, very often the conspiracy theories, they focus on the wrong place or on the wrong technology. Like you have all these people are afraid of being implanted with chips. And again, this is comforting, because then they can tell themselves, nobody has yet implanted me with a chip in the brain, and I will resist if they come, so I'm safe. They don't understand it's not a chip in the brain, it's the smartphone. That's the really dangerous technology, and you already have it.
Yeah, you take it everywhere.
You take it, and this is where you get your theories from.
Yeah.
So but the kernel of the fear, they are absolutely correct. They should be terrified of this situation of being followed all the time and being monitored.
But with this development, is there a possibility in future there could be a small group of people who will be in control of the world then, with this technology you're describing?
If it happens, everybody will know it. One of the other things that characterizes these theories is that they imagine this small group of people as doing two things simultaneously. They control everything and they keep it secret at the same time. This is not possible. There are situations in history when a small group of people have enormous power and control maybe not the whole world, but a whole country. But then everybody knows about it. If I tell you that the CCP, or the heads of the Chinese Communist Party, they control the whole of China. Did you know? Yes, you knew that. They have enormous power, they follow everybody, but everybody knows it. It's not a secret. Because usually when you have enormous power, you can't hide it. And very often it's actually a precondition for power is that you have this publicity. Again, you look at the Soviet Union, so it's not a secret that Stalin is the key figure. Part of Stalin's power is this personality cult around him. That in every school, in every office, in every house, there is this image, this icon of Stalin. It's part of his power. So at least, I mean, when you look at history, it's impossible at the same time to have enormous power and to hide it. You have to choose. You can hide you can be anonymous, but then you don't have much power usually.